Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be starting off by using these picture frames that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I got a total of 25. I'll be taking each piece of glass and each piece of cardboard out of every frame. So like I said, I have a total of 25 frames, but today I'm going to only show you how I did one frame, and then you would do that however many times you want. And after I've separated everything, I'm going to take my frames outside and I'm going to spray paint them silver. Next, I got these gift bags from the Dollar Tree in the gift section, and I'm going to be using these to put inside of my picture frames. So for each bag, you should be able to get a total of 2 pieces. And after I have my 2 pieces, I am going to use the back cardboard piece of my picture frame, and I'm going to take a pair of scissors and trace out around the rectangle and cut it out. I have a king size bed, so I'll be using a total of 5 frames going across. So if you have a queen size, I think 4 going across will be long enough for you. And the height will depend on how tall you would want your headboard to be. And as you can see, there are 2 holes from the gift bag, but you won't be able to see them because they will be tucked under the frame. And if you have any other reflective paper, of course you can use that instead. And you might see that when I am cutting, that you can still see the 2 holes from the gift bag. I'm not really worried about that because the 2 holes are going to be sitting underneath the frame. After I'm done cutting, I am gonna glue the paper on the top of the cardboard so it won't slide out in the picture frame. And then I'm gonna take my adhesive glitter sheets that I got from my local dollar store. And what I am doing, instead of peeling the whole bag piece off, I am peeling the corners off, and I am doing that so I am able to control the paper more. And you can get this paper at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. After I'm satisfied with the placement, I am going to go ahead and put everything back into the frame. Also, you do not have to put the glass back in the frame, and if you have kids, I would prefer you not to put the glass in the frame for obvious reasons. And next I'll be moving on to the board. I got 9 pieces of foam board from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use this as the headboard. I decided to use foam boards because I have a king size bed and I felt like it would be easier than getting plywood. But with that being said, you can use plywood. I just chose not to. And there's actually a third option you can do, and that's just simply hanging each single frame on the wall and creating the same headboard. I chose not to do that because my measurement is always off, and I probably would have finished and looked back up and it probably would have been crooked or something, and you guys, I probably would have gave up and you would have never saw this project. So I just went with what I was comfortable with. So as you can see, I am still taping my foam boards. I'm taping the front and taping the back to make the board more sturdy. And like I said, this is for a king size bed. Now for a queen size bed, I believe you would probably be able to skip the last panel, this panel that I'm doing now, so you would probably get away with 6. I would do 8 just in case, but I think you could get away with 6. And for this last panel, I just cut a foam board in half and just taped 3 together. And after all my panels were done, I put all 3 together and I just attached them by using tape. And again, I am taping both sides to make it sturdy. So after my board was done, I started to take my frames and I started gluing them to the board. And then I realized that that wasn't a good idea. The reason why I said it wasn't a good idea is because I didn't want to start gluing and then get to the end and didn't realize everything was crooked. That always happens to me for some reason. Like I can have everything planned out perfectly and then something ends up being crooked. So I decided to just place all the frames down on the board first and then go back and glue them one by one. And what I will say is that if you leave the glass inside of the frame, it will make the frame heavier. So you may need help hanging this up depending how big your headboard is. And also you will notice that I started being selective of where I put certain frames, and that's because some of the frames are flawed. I did get these from the Dollar Tree, so with that being said, you get what you pay for. There were no major flaws, just some of the corners were chipped when I took them out of the plastic. So I'm just gonna put those on the edge and leave all the best ones in the middle. And also, I did not show how I hung the headboard up, and the reason why I didn't was because I didn't want anyone messaging me telling me the headboard fell on their head while they were asleep. I did not want those problems. So I'm pretty sure there are some DIYs on YouTube that can help you with hanging your headboard up or choosing the right method of hanging your headboard up. I just didn't want that responsibility. But back to the project, I am using E6000 and my hot glue gun to glue the frame to the board. And make sure you are using a copious amount because you want the frame to stay on the board. After I glued down my last frame, I let everything dry, and after that it was pretty much done. The only thing I needed to do was hang it up, and this was the outcome, and OMG, I love, love, love this. I just think it is so beautiful, y'all, and it was so inexpensive. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel and showed me support in any way. I appreciate you. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And please, please, please be safe out there. Thank you and see you next time.